The main reason I bought this home is because of the waterfront feature and the spillway over there. This is the back of the house there, and it's pretty interesting. I have my own private sandbar island out there temporarily because the spillway is broken downstream, causing a low amount of water. I will get a treat to watch the gator go back into the water. And it's probably just a little skeptical of me sitting so close to it. There used to be somebody feeding the gators over there, throwing a bucket of fish out into the water, and I stopped that by getting the Florida Wildlife organization, government, state organization out here to stop that. Or it may have been federal, because this is federal. Well, it's complicated. This canal is owned by the city but managed by the Corps of Engineers, which is federal. So a federal agency controls the wildlife and the water flow control, such as the spillway, but it's on city property. And what's interesting too is about a quarter of my property is owned by the city. For example, where I'm sitting right now, this is owned by the city, but I get exclusive use rights to it and don't have to pay taxes on this portion, in exchange that I maintain it for them and that they can access it anytime. But I've been here 2 years, they've never come back here because their main access point is over there. Other than a friendly gator, which has never gone after any of my dogs, there's big birds. That's not a really big bird, but a lot of times I'll get sandhill cranes and egrets out here. The gator is harmless unless somebody feeds it, is the main problem. If they're hand fed or something like that, then they can be dangerous. But so far this one is not dangerous. It used to come up on the property way up here until it noticed that I kept on coming back here, and it's afraid of people, so it keeps on going back down there. I used to have bobcats coming through here frequently until the housing boom started immediately when I moved here in January of 2021. And right across the canal, somebody bought a double lot. They're building a house. Hopefully they don't clear the pine trees or anything like that. The spillway flows to have a waterfall coming over the top normally. So there's a couple months out of the year where it's dry. But right now there's just a trickle of water coming from underneath, flowing underneath, which I haven't seen except this year. It is high maintenance. This is a 2,100 or 200 square foot internal, excluding the garage and lanai. And it's on a little over about 3/4 of an acre. But if you include the free green space over here, it would be over an acre, which is a pretty large for a city lot, because this is in the city limits. But there's no HOA. The consequence of no HOA, sometimes I have neighbors doing trashy things like leaving out a lawn chair up against the garage door, commercial vehicles which I have one myself. Not for business, but for personal use. It's strange, I'm an RV host with harvesthosts.com, boondockerswelcome.com, and a lot of my guests never come back here to enjoy this park setting with a swinging bench and nice comfortable chairs to watch the wildlife. They often drive all the way from Canada to come here, and half of my guests don't come in the backyard, but rather they drive far away to a public park and pay a fee to get in sometimes, and it's crowded with litter and lots of rules and regulations, and they have to worry about opening and closing time, and it just isn't as nice as this, because back here they could have their own private picnic or whatever, but a lot of times something can be right under your nose and you don't even realize it, so pay closer attention to where you are. You might find something cool. There's also fishing in here for tilapia, bass, and bluegill. I can see fish swimming right behind the gator right there. There they are. Since I'm looking down, I can see them in here too. See if I can get that gator to move even further. Oh, there's a fish moving. They can see me. Everything sees me. Sometimes when I'm out here and I don't see the gator, it knows where I am. Right now there's only one gator in my backyard. When I first moved here, there were at least 2, if not 3 or 4. I don't know what happened to them. I did find a gator skull bone right over there, but it was from very long ago. I'll go show it to you now. You have to respect the gators. They were here before us some approximately 65 million years ago. You got your own dog door over there. You don't have to wait for that. So I found this on the sandbar in my backyard, relative to the size of my hand. It's pretty big. Must have been maybe 6 feet or longer alligator. They get, the jaw bones get much bigger than that. I don't even know if it's top or bottom. I assume this is top based on those two. I have a 3-motor all-electric boat, but I can't use it until they fix the spillway downstream, because the water's too low for me to launch it from that ramp. That's my own ramp that I built, but if I launch it in there, I'm not going anywhere. It's just way too shallow. Neighbors aren't too close. I really like it when the spillway is overflowing. I don't like the truck traffic, but at least it's a little bit of a distance. It's not a highway, it's just a city road, but it does have increasing traffic as more people keep moving here. Generally they're moving from Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. Those are the more common places they're coming from.